Welcome to the VLenore Show. Here we will discuss lifestyle, beauty, celebrity gossip, and current events in our own way, my way, freestyle. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Okay. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? No, put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me. 1 for yes, 2 for no. Well, actually, if you can't hear me, you can't put a 2 in. Okay, so good. Hi, everybody. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. It is April 14th. And welcome to the show. All right. Welcome to the VLenore Show. I'm your girl, VLenore. All right. Now let me tell you something first. So I went out to brunch today with my big sis. Okay. That's my sissy poo. Okay. And we went out to enjoy a nice little brunch and we sat outside because it's beautiful. It's absolutely gorgeous outside. But the direction in which I guess like she was sitting, it was directly into the sunlight to some degree. And I was looking at her and my eye just kept watering. I'm like, it became intense. But then once I went inside or got in my car, it got much better. But I still know that it's like this eye is like a little, I don't know, I still feel like remnants of something. I don't know. And I could tell like it's a little puffy, a little smaller. So forgive me, okay? Forgive me. I'm looking cray cray. And it kind of does itch a little. So I might have to walk off a couple times and try to, I don't know, lubricate them. Okay. So anywho, went had a beautiful, beautiful lunch though. Ooh, the food was divine. The company was wonderful. We had great, great conversation. The weather is absolutely beautiful. Okay. It is absolutely freaking beautiful. Her daughter said, did I look at the eclipse? Not direct. Oh, shut up, girl. You probably trying to be funny, heifer. Okay. This damn her daughter. Y'all saw how she was acting up in that chat when I interviewed Sonya. She was showing out. You know, I couldn't even, child, I had to make sure Sonya did not look at that chat because if she looked in that chat and saw any comment whatsoever, it was not going to be good. Okay. It didn't matter who the comment came from, it didn't matter what comment she selected. Trust and believe it was going to be negative to her, honey, because y'all were showing your arses. Okay. Absolutely ridiculous. Okay. Um, wait, what? Say what now? Did you hear that Henny Hen membership is $4.99? Are you first of all, so she has membership now? She doesn't have content. What's the membership gonna do? And you mean a tier is for $499? Are you serious? Look here at her daughter. Look, we know it was you. Okay, we know it was you. We know you were leading the pack. Okay, you were leading the pack. It almost blew the interview. Okay, it's a shame when you have people in the chat to police and the police is corrupt. Okay. Oh, that sounds like real life. That sounds like how it goes in real life, huh? Whatever. I mean, all the moderators were giving her the business, but that damn her daughter, she led the pack. Every moderator has something to say. Every person in that damn chat said something negative. Not one. I do not recall one comment in this chat being positive towards Sonya. I don't. I don't. But anyway, and her daughter did not help matters. She added whatever y'all said in the chat. Her daughter said something to the third power. Okay, she didn't just say, what y'all said. She went in. That poor lady didn't stand a chance over here. You all ruined it. You ruined my relationship with the side hand. Actually, you know what? I know she didn't see the chat. The truth is, after the interview, she sent me like some heart message. Let me see if I can pull it up. Let me see. I'm gonna show you. After the interview was over, it wasn't until probably like the next day, or if somebody who knew her saw it, they probably said, like, did you see that chat? Or that girl was coming at you. She didn't act like I was coming at her, y'all. Not after that interview. And I was kind to her. Afterwards, I spoke to her. Wait, was that it? Hold on. I can't, I'll have to, okay, I'll show you. So this is, I just told her this is January 31st, 10:30. This is after, or actually it's 10:40, because if you recall, she jumped off at like 10:25. And that's when Nesto was calling back because he had called 30 minutes prior, right? So anyway, he calls back, and that's when the whole thing kind of checked out and she left, right? So at 10:40, when I ended the live, I said, just wanted to thank you for a great discussion. You are smart, you are kind, and you are resourceful. And I wish you the very best. Okay? Because I was still giving this young lady, this woman, Jane Young. Okay. I was still giving this chick the benefit of the doubt that her intentions were right. Do y'all remember when I said, I wonder if Sonya's not a victim too? Like, and she doesn't even realize it. Because she almost seems like she's under a spell, like she's been hypnotized. Like somebody, I don't know. It's almost like she is forcing herself to do things for this man when she's getting nothing in return. Like, what is the satisfaction here? Right? So at some level, he's stealing by deception, if you ask me. Now I know y'all don't well Texas Toy said, nope, V, she's a little demon. Well, look, I kind of get where you're coming from now. At the time, I wanted to give the girl the benefit of the doubt. I felt like I was kind of trying to give her some tough love in the middle of the interview. So that's why I even, even anyway. So after that, at 12:30, 2 hours later, she sends me this. So now, if she sends me this, do you think that she felt like it was a bad interview? I don't think she. Yeah, well, I get you, Roz. Roz, I feel you. You all are talking about uh here's the thing. The VLenore of April 14th is not the VLenore of January 31st. See? I'm always evolving and I'm learning and I'm watching and I've seen and now I know better. Okay, Roz? I know better now. Okay? I know better. Sometimes, we learn the hard way or we learn on the job, I learned. So anyway, she sends me this 2 hours later. Okay? So if she in fact had an issue, why she send me that? Okay? And then the next time I heard from her was February 5th, and that's when she said CP charges dropped. And I said, congratulations. Want to come on to the channel to provide an update on the case? And she didn't respond. Okay. 2 days later, I attempted to call her to ask her about said CP charges. And she said, I'll call you back. And she didn't. So we've not spoken again. That's it. That's all. That's it. That's all. And like I said, right after the interview, I called her to thank her again. And we had another like 25-minute conversation. And that's when, she seemed like she was fine with the interview. Everything was good. It wasn't until she probably went back, listened to other people, saw the responses that were in my, honey, y'all left over 900 comments in that damn comment section. Y'all were mad at that lady. Okay. And a lot of you were cheering me on for the questions I asked and for holding her accountable. And I think that when she saw it that way or started to think about it from that vantage point, I think that pissed her off. Plus, that's when I guess she decided I was in bed with the other vloggers. Remember? I'm in bed with everybody. It's a whole freak off in the in the Shirley Strawberry sector. We having a whole freak off. Anyway, nasty Nesto, it's a mess. Wait a minute, damn it, her daughter. No, you didn't. This heifer. Mm, mm, mm. Don't try to butter me up, lady. Huh? Huh? Don't try to butter me up. Hold on, girl. Wait a minute. Don't you be over here donate memberships. My God, today. Hold on. Oh, can y'all hear that? Okay. All right. So Dimples Wimples 504. Dimples. Okay. Call Michelle, Juju. Let's see here. Life Unleashed. Nesto Silly Saga. Congratulations, you guys, and welcome to Club V. Yay! And Members Monday will be tomorrow. Look, I don't even know what we're going to talk about. I told you guys I'm going to be traveling next week, so my lives will probably be hit or miss. I'm sure I won't be doing any reactions because I don't really know how to do that well off of one monitor or even my phone. I think though I heard Nyla was live when she was out traveling, and I think she was sharing her screen from her phone. I feel nervous about that. I might need to do a test run first because I don't know how to do that. But anywho, so I don't know that I'll be going live a whole lot. I might like do a little check-in here and there with you guys next week. But I will be in the ATL. Dennis Byron. Yoo-hoo. Dennis Byron. I'm going to be in the ATL. I is. I sure is. So, what y'all saying in here? Thank you, her daughter. Thank you so much for gifting 5 memberships. You are a mess, okay? But she still was leading the brigade, the Hate Sonya brigade. So anyway, all right. So what are we gonna do? Look, see, and I just went back to where we left off yesterday, and I'm looking at the chat right now. Let me share my screen. This is what I'm talking about. Let me share my screen. No lie, this is where we ended last night when we did our session on Sonya, when we were revisiting that very interview that we just got done talking about. And look, I come over here, I'm looking at chat, and who's super chatting me? It says her daughter. No lie, this is where we ended last night. And her daughter's message is, you continued after you found out, girl, bye. So this is when I guess we're referring to Sonya finding out that Nesto was actually married. And her daughter's checking her from the chat and wanted to super chat just to get her point across. See what I mean? See what I mean? This girl didn't stand a chance. She didn't stand a chance over here because nobody was on her side. So I tried to stand with this woman and help her out and distract her from the evil and the hate that was in the chat. That wasn't of God. Y'all were not of God that night, okay? You all did a lot. Let me just show you. As we scroll down, let's pick out some of these comments here. Crystal Carrington says, when you tell the truth, you don't have to have a good memory. Her daughter, her daughter commented with 2 words. She's nasty. This is my moderator, okay? You all were in rare form. Let's see. Irie Vibes said, she's lying. They did the do in the RV in a Walmart parking lot. Now, is this what she said? Someone, and I want to say, was it you, Texas Toy? Someone asked, and I caught the message. This was as we were ending last night. Someone in the chat, I want to say it was Texas Toy or someone, requested that we go back to one of the first phone calls from prisons videos where they have the call where she's actually detailing how they met or something in the call. So I do want to go back because I know I didn't hear that. I would love to go back and listen to that call. We just got to find it. But yeah, so yeah, I Revive says she's lying. They did the do in the RV in a Walmart parking lot. And then T. Danielle says, second day in the RV. I mean, y'all calling her out. telling her who. Then sister says, you auditioned in the RV like everyone else, sis. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Then what had happened? Fedora, another moderator. Fedora says, does she know how many married men she has released her temple to? Now here goes Fedora questioning this lady all up under her clothes. Okay. Let's see what else. Yeah, I mean, you people were ridiculous. I'm here for the show. Sonya, on the call, you said it was on the RV. Mm-hmm. Everybody's calling this lady out. Mm-hmm. Ooh, Ronnie Q said your head may have been in his lap. I'm just saying. Y'all had no mercy for this lady. And this is just the comments that I can see right now. I can't scroll all the way up and through without playing the video. So that's why I haven't pressed play. But this continued. This was from the beginning to the very end of the entire interview. You all had no mercy for this woman. Oh, it was, whew, I was hurt. Okay. I was hurt. I said, my God, these people. What else? Irie Vibes says again, on the phone call, she said he talked to her like he was a pimp. We heard you. You people are something else. So anyway, we can jump back into this. Oh, what did I hear about? Did Sonya do a video? Someone said she went live. Did she go live last night? When did she go live? Let's check. She must have gone live after we went live. Ooh. Oh, no. Wait, 23 hours ago? Oh, okay. Okay, y'all want to watch it? I haven't seen it. Y'all want to watch it? I kind of want to watch it. Why are you fooling? It's only 15 minutes long. That'll give me a minute to go get my burners. Y'all okay with that? Put a 1 in the chat if you would like to dissect this 15-minute video and pick her to pieces like you always do. Damn it. Don't get brand new today. Okay. Yeah. Y'all want to do that, don't you? I knew you hateful heifers. All of you. Hateful. Anyway. Okay. Let's look at it together, shall we? Okay, hold on. Why she? Hold on. Where's she at? It's all loud. Okay. Did I mention I had a couple of mimosas today? So I might be a little loose. Okay. All right, so here we go. Sonia in Houston. Okay. Let me.
No, I don't.
Okay, so because she's talking.
Hey, Amber. Hey. Hey. I'm in Houston. We are at Camp Houston's afternoon.
Oh, Lonnie. Yes, you are so right. You are very correct. Actually, I just messed it up. I'm almost certain. Hold on though. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Let me check something because there may be a way for me to figure this out. Okay, hold on 1 second. Put you guys on mute. Hold on. It may not affect my monetization, but yeah, I probably shouldn't. Let me see. Is she playing music? Is music playing the entire time? Let me put you on mute again. Okay, honestly, I don't think we're missing anything because she doesn't say anything. I sort of fast forwarded through the first 12, 13 minutes here. And the only thing I really heard was basically she just got in town yesterday to Houston. And whoever she's traveling with, they came the day before because I was fast forwarding. I don't know who she went with. I don't think she's saying anything else, honestly. Let's see. Now, here's the thing, and I was checking the music too because, I use Shazam. Y'all have Shazam on y'all's phone? Child, Shazam is the thing, the bomb. So usually, if Shazam can't pick it up, then that means that you probably can use that music. Like I always go and check when people say that they have free music on YouTube. I'll Shazam it just if that's the thing. I'll use Shazam to check the song anyway, and it can't detect it. Even though we know what the song is, the way they remix it, Shazam can't detect it. So when I just played some of that music just now, Shazam couldn't pick it up. But yeah, Vic to the Veil. It might be local, like Houston music. Okay, that might be the case. So I'm not gonna play anymore. Hopefully, it doesn't mess up anything. Let me see. Don't worry about it. Yeah, honestly, there was not. I don't think it's worth anything. It doesn't look like she says anything. Do y'all think she's done with Nesto? Like from the romantic side of things, do you think they cut the romance and just maybe I don't know. She's been getting around a lot over the last 6 weeks. She's been traveling. I mean, think about it. She's been to Cleveland. She's been to Detroit, so she says. She was in Vegas. Now she's in Houston. She's been getting around. No, y'all said she needs narcissistic fuel. Can two narcissists, like, how does that work? Do narcissists do well with one another? Because if she's narcissistic, don't you think he is? Like, he seems very narcissistic. Like, he has no feelings, no emotion. I don't know. I'm not sold on the fact that she is completely some woman of steel that doesn't have any feelings and no real emotion. Like, I feel like she's still a woman. Like, I feel like she's still, I don't know. When I think of a narcissist, I think men probably do it better. I don't know. But that's just my limited thoughts and views on it. That's all. Ooh, 504. Damn. 504 says somebody must be traveling and using her as their support animal. See? See? Now, this is what y'all say when she ain't here. But when she was in your face, y'all went in just as hard, if not harder. I was like, damn. What you say, Wigs and Wine? V, ain't nothing wrong with being a cougar, and in some cases, a saber-toothed tiger. Oh my lord. I don't know. Do you don't think there's a limit to when you can't cougar a person? If that's the thing. Like, isn't there, like, look, my son is 32 years old. I cannot date somebody less than 10 years. Less than 10 at a minimum. And I'm still being like flexible here. Okay? Like, my God, like 10 years his senior would make them 42. That's 12 years my, 12 years. Okay, maybe I could do 12 years. I could do 12 years, but that would be my limit. You cannot be kicking it with my son. Like, you can't be my son's age. It's just not going to work. Like, let's get real here. I'm not going for it. Yeah, she hasn't made it to South Africa yet, her daughter. Okay. Okay. She has other stops to make beforehand. Okay. Yeah, April B, there has to be a freaking limit. Wigs and Wine, what say you? I mean, how young is too young? Isn't some age too young? Hmm. Does that make her a? I didn't say that. You all said that. See, her daughter, I can't even put that. I'm not even gonna put that on the screen. I saw that. I saw that comment. You see how her daughter be cutting up? This is what I'm saying. The only reason why I let her do all that is because I'm scared of it. Shit, I'm scared of it too. Jesus. Her daughter is always cutting the F up. Okay. All right, y'all. Back to business. So let's what were we saying right before that? Because I think I was going somewhere with something I heard earlier pertaining to Sonya. So Sonya looking, what'd you say? Sonya looking to be prison wife number 13235. Jesus. Look at y'all. Stop trying to harass this 87-pound lady, in the words of Sylvia. Okay. What go Roro say? Her daughter is sweet. Shit. Hi, misunderstood. Hey, her daughter. Do you see how that confuses me every time I say I misunderstood? That just messes me up every time. I always think of the other misunderstood. And now you've changed your name to ensure that I say Miss and not Ms. So it confuses me even more, honey. But anyway, how are you today? Okay, and her daughter, take those halos down. I will not have it. Not on Sunday, not on God's day. Okay. All right, let's get back to business. Let's pick this hoe apart. All right. Yes, I said hoe. I said it. You know why? She's a side hen. I ain't have no choice. Okay, so let's get into it, y'all. We are at about the 58-minute mark here. I went back just a hair. And we're going to listen to Sonya tell us more lies. Okay?
That's what it was. I can't call it because I don't know what I can't 1,000% say. Maybe because he was old. I didn't think he was moving like that because, people grow old and they get slow.
Oh,
maybe that's what I was.
Go back a little further. This is when, oh, right here. Remember, check out my facial freaking expressions. Let me make it big. I want y'all to understand. I want y'all to see my shit. I want y'all to see my face. I want you to see the thoughts. You can probably read my brain. Okay. Pay attention to the pause and listening to her act like just listen. You'll know. Married man.
I did not know he was married. I'm under the impression that he's single like I'm single.
Wait a minute. So because she's about to say that if he's moving like I'm moving like I'm single, I'm just going to assume that he's single. Now, she's 55 years old saying this, right? But I didn't come right out and say that to her like that. But I want y'all to look at the expressions on my face, okay? And I'm trying to keep some level of professionalism because child, listen, watch and listen. You mean to tell me this Negro slept with you? Before
he didn't sleep. No, he didn't. No, it wasn't an overnight thing.
Oh, that was this part when she says overnight. When I say someone slept with you, okay, can we clear this up once and for all? Have you ever heard of people saying, if I say that I slept with so-and-so, I slept with Jamie Foxx. Hi, Jamie Foxx. I've never met you, but hi. I'm just using you as an example, Jamie. Okay. Now listen. If I said I slept with Jamie Foxx, what does that mean? How about that? What does that mean? If I say I slept with Jamie Foxx, what does that imply? I'll wait. Nah, you think that was no damn word gymnastics? Hell, I don't feel like she understood. Doesn't mean a slumber party. I heard that. Not bumping uglies, knocking boots. We see how old y'all are. Not hunching. Right. So this is when I'm like at my wit's end almost. Because I'm like, are we serious right now? So let me go back just a hair. Because she says, oh no, we didn't sleep together. It wasn't an overnight thing. So let's just listen.
And then I was like, something ain't right, and that's when he got arrested. And I was just like, he always calls just to say hi.
Okay, well, hold on. So you said you saw him once in 2019. Was that right?
I didn't know him in 19. I met him in 20.
Okay, you saw him once in
twice in 20, once in 21, twice in 22.
When did you guys in 22? Now that means you've known him at this point about a year and a half. Y'all been talking daily. You're clear that he's married. How did you all engage in this physical encounter you had? Because so again, I said this yesterday. Let me reiterate the way in which she's telling it. I don't know why I don't know if I assume this. I don't know if we discussed aspects of this prior to the interview and I got the wrong idea, but I was assuming that she had had sex with this man. If you met him only 5 times in person, 2 times the first year, 1 time the second year, and 2 times the third year. I don't know why I was under some impression that they waited to have sex until time 4 or 5. I don't know where I got that idea from. So because I don't know where it came from, I'm wondering, did I just make that up? Did I just assume this? And why should I assume what somebody else would do? You know what I mean? So it sounds weird. It may sound even naive, but I just assume maybe let's just put it all on me. I assume they didn't have sex until the 3rd year, but obviously she clears that up. And yeah, listen.
That happened in 20.
The one time you saw him? No, 20.
The second time I saw him.
Girl, what? Sonya!
We were 3 hours in. What are you talking about? No. We had 3 hours of conversation.
Her daughter. Now here, see what? Her daughter what? Her daughter's always, I can't. This is my moderator. Shut up, girl. Shut up, her daughter. You see what I mean? No one is safe around her daughter. Her daughter was going in. Her daughter even went on to super chat me multiple times to send this woman a message. It was you, Heifer. Okay. It was you. Mm-hmm. It was you, Heifer. A mess. Okay, but listen, there was something else about this. So yeah, I assumed that they waited, and she clears that up for me right here, and that's when I'm like taken aback. But then she goes on when I said something about sleeping with this man, and she said, "Oh, I didn't sleep. We didn't sleep. It was an overnight thing." So listen, here we go.
Tomorrow is not promised. No,
watch my face. Lord, but see, if tomorrow's not promised, I dare sure don't want to be caught when Jesus come in the bed of a married man.
Hello? I did not know he was married. I'm under the impression that he's single like I'm single.
Wait a minute. So you mean to tell me this Negro slept with you before
he didn't sleep?
He was married?
No, he didn't. No, it wasn't an overnight thing. That wasn't overnight, was it?
You see my face? Look at my face. And I'm not really listening to her at this point because I'm like, wait, what did she just say? Look and watch my face.
I ain't got no good memory. I don't think that was yeah, that was overnight. That was overnight.
So where did this take place? I just want to know.
What?
What, did he have an apartment? Was it at his?
I had an apartment. No.
So he came to your place?
I had an apartment.
Oh, he came to your place.
Yeah, I had an apartment. I lived alone. My kids were on and gone.
Okay, because I was under the impression it happened in like an RV or something.
No, we talked in his RV when I saw him some other times. But
so now, why would she tell me that bold-faced lie, y'all? I specifically asked her, why was I under the impression it happened in an RV? And she says no. A mess. What are y'all saying in this damn chat? B is not picking with you, Heifer. You were bullying that lady. That's why she won't come back. Yep. I tried to get it back on. Okay. I even wanted her to come on to like address this interview. Like, so I could say, well, look, there are some things I got questions about, or what do you think since the interview? Because I know she felt away after she saw the comment section. I know she did. So I was hoping, okay, she could talk about those CP charges since she hit me up to say the CP charges were dropped. Like, okay, you want to come on and discuss the thing? And she didn't say anything, child. Now, when she was on some call with him and she said, the girl I talked to, the, you know, when she made reference to me, and she said I asked to interview her again. I didn't ask to interview her again. I just read the message to you that I sent to her. It was very clear. It was very, very clear. I didn't say interview. I said, would you like to come on and update the audience on these charges? That's it. I didn't say anything about interview. But see, Sonya, she does lie. And the fact that she's sitting here in my face telling me that it happened at her apartment in Buckhead. And I was under the impression at the beginning of the interview. Didn't she say something about living in Florida, though? See, it's all, I don't even know anymore, child.
No.
So you met
We
him.
was talking in the RV and he said go in the back and I was like, no. The first time and I was like, no, like, I just met you and we just was talking about all kind of like non-romantic type situations and all that type of stuff. I was like,
even right now, I'm getting annoyed. I'm not trying to be funny. I'm gonna go back just a hair. I want you to look at my expressions here. I'm really getting annoyed, honestly.
I had an apartment. No,
so he came to your.
I had an apartment.
Oh, he came to your place.
Yeah, I had an apartment. I lived alone. My kids were grown and gone.
Okay, because I was under the impression it happened in like an RV or something.
No, we talked in his RV.
Look at
when I saw him some other times, but no.
So you met
we
him.
Was talking in the RV and he said go in the back and I was like,
now
no.
Watch my face.
The first time and I was like, no, like I just met you and we just was talking about all kind of like non-romantic type situations and all that type of stuff. I was like,
Sonya,
that would be weird.
Now I'm more perplexed because you said you met him. Y'all spent that day together 3 hours talking, getting to know each other. Then I'm assuming y'all are on the phone nonstop. And then the next time you see him,
we wasn't on the phone nonstop.
Okay, but that's even worse. I'm trying to help it. Okay,
yeah, we wasn't on the phone nonstop.
Then that's worse because I'm gonna tell you why it's worse. So then you telling me you jumped right into the. I mean, I'm not judging you for wanting to engage with him, but for you have not to even ask whether or not he was either seeing somebody or married, knowing how these.
You know what? I just assume if a person went there, you got to be single. That's just my being
naive. You think that?
Man, I just be thinking people move like I move because
he's a dude. He has a dick. Do you have a dick? Because that's how they think. That's how they think with them things. Okay.
I be trying. You know what? Call me napping on that one, but I really like. I don't know, what was my head at in that period of my life? What was I thinking about? I don't know.
Oh,
I don't know. I was.
Hold on. Hey, cutie pie. Wait, I'm not. Oh, Lord. Hold on. I'm going to come back to you, cutie pie. Because I see right after her daughter gifted those 5 memberships, Lovejoy. Lovejoy had a super chat. Look at my long comment, V. Okay, I'm going to go back up and see if I can find it, Lovejoy. And then next is Cutie Pie 1230. Hi, she says they talked in these RVs other times. Got it. Hey, Shell Loves. My goodness grief. Hey, V, my sisters in chat. Thank you, baby, for the super chat. Okay, Lovejoy, I'm gonna go back and check your thing. Cutie Pie 1230 says she's been in the RV more than once. Yes. Now I'm guessing when they went on these road trips that y'all talk about. See, I don't even know details about these road trips. I'm guessing they did that in an RV. I mean, I guess that makes sense. Lovejoy, let me see. Let me go back and see if I can find your long comment. Hey, Shell Love. You're supposed to be enjoying yourself, girl. Let me see. Oh, wait. Lovejoy. Was it after no, she said long comment. Lonnie. Where is it? Lovejoy, is it how long ago was that? I may not be able to grab it. This eye is starting to bother me again. I can't find it, Lovejoy. Can you type it again for me? I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Yeah, I don't think I can see it now, Lovejoy, for whatever reason. Sorry about that. If you wouldn't mind typing it again, oh, wait. No. Yeah, I can't. I don't see it, babe. Is it a long message? Do you see it in the chat? Because maybe a moderator has to unhide it if there's something in the message. And it may not be, I may not be able to see it on StreamYard because of that. If you'll type it again for me, I'd appreciate it. It's been in there. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh! Lovejoy, I typed it again. Oh, you did? Child, you should have put it in this box. Wait a minute. Where, girl? Oh, there. Oh, Legacy. Oh, here? Legacy Moon dropped a video of this one. Is this the one you're talking about? Of infamous Sylvia calling Sonia during her live. Interesting call. Should we go peek over at Legacy Moon? I mean, I don't know Legacy Moon, so I don't want to use her content. How long was the call? Is this the comment you were talking about? What? Oh, that's not the right comment. Is that the right comment? Okay, Lovejoy said that's the right comment. Okay. Don't play her video. Okay, I want to check her out though real quick. Let's see. Okay, is Legacy Moon? Okay. Oh, I see. Okay, so her video is infamous. Okay, y'all can see it. Is infamous infamous Delulu and Sonia. Interesting. Okay. Well, and I don't want to play Sylvia's either necessarily. But what came out of it? Are they still buddies, or do you think they're still putting on a show, Lovejoy? Oh, Sylvia. Okay. Oh, wait. I just saw something. Okay. Oh, okay. Sylvia called Sonia during a live, and Sonia was answering questions. But every time they do that, it's pre-planned. Like she already knows Sylvie's gonna call her, and they've discussed what they're gonna answer and not. You can see how they move. She then came out here and lied and lied for Sylvia, saying that Sylvia didn't give her a picture, only to come back later to say, "Wait, she gave me the picture, but it was on a social media site." So, like, which is it? So they sit there, they lie, they talk, and they try to cover up. And Sylvia's like, "I didn't say anything," only to find out she did. So why did you lie about it? But anyway, So, and she was answering questions. And then Janice Linton says, I was on that live and I asked Sylvia why she called Sonia a liar on her live Friday morning. Just recently, Friday morning, she called her a liar. Y'all don't think that's a stunt? Like, I don't know. That don't even sound right. Ugh. What? I wish I could hear it though. Yes. Oh, Ross. Yes. Sylvia used Sonia for views. Sylvia has Sonia on speed dial. She picked up on the first ring while out of town. Really? Yeah. Yeah. Child. She's different. Okay, but let's get back into our business. Okay, let me just pull this back on up. Let's listen.
You know what it could have been too? You know what it could have been at the same time, because I was not looking to be in a relationship. So I wasn't really asking relationship questions or like, you know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't really interested. But at the same time, I'm assuming you not with nobody because you in my face like this. Maybe that's where I was at. But I know I wasn't trying to, be in no relationship.
Sonia, we ain't no spring chickens, okay? I'll be 54. I had to think about it. I'll be 54 next month, okay? Ain't no way in hell I'm gonna assume. Now you worked in nightclubs too? You can't tell me.
Yeah, I worked in night, but I worked with females. I worked with strippers and stuff like that.
Yeah, you worked with females, but men came.
Men came, but I really wasn't. I didn't really engage with the guys because, again, I was over the managers. The managers would talk to the customers. I pretty much dealt with the finance, the structure, and I kind of dealt with the girls because the guys was always trying to screw them. So I would deal with the girls a lot.
Okay, you may have dealt with the girls a lot. I get it, but you had to know in our 50s how these niggas work, how they function. And I when I say that, I mean,
maybe because he was an old man, I wasn't thinking he was moving like that. Maybe that's what it was. I can't call it because I don't know what I can't 1,000% say. Maybe because he was old, I didn't think he was moving like that because, people grow old and they get slow. Maybe that's what I was thinking, that he wasn't young and out here doing it all, and he might be old and slow. But he wasn't. He was old and doing it like he was young. And that was even a shock to me when I read the
about the liquid.
When I read the warrants and found out about the other women, I was shocked because in my head I thought he was a faithful husband.
He can't be a faithful husband because he just fucked you.
No, this was after all of that. Like, we agreed just to be cool, But
y'all agreed to be cool though.
But I never asked him like, what you out here doing? Like, you see, like you cheating. I never ever asked him anything about what him and his penis was doing.
Girl, you killing me.
It wasn't my place because we just friends. So, but I just assumed.
It's your place. If I lay down
just assumed that he was just a married person, being married. I didn't, because I was shocked. I mean, if it's on the phone call, I was shocked. I was like, boy, I wasn't shocked like this, but I was just shocked like, oh my.
That what she just said doesn't even make sense. What do you mean? Let's go back. What do you mean? I thought he was just a married dude being married, but you slept with the man. You slept with the man. Now you're saying you later found out after you slept with him that he was married. And then fast forward a couple of years when he's arrested and you read the warrants, you hear about these other women. And that's what surprised you. You thought he was being faithful. How could you think he was being faithful when he was unfaithful with you? It's crazy to me. Please like this video, please, y'all. Please, please, please. Lord have mercy.
Dealt with the girls a lot.
Okay, you may have dealt with the girls a lot. I get it. But you had to know in our 50s how these niggas work, how they function. And when I say that, I mean,
maybe because he was an old man, I wasn't thinking he was moving like that. Maybe that's what it was. I can't call it because I don't know what I can't 1,000% say. Maybe because he was old, I didn't think he was moving like that because, people grow old and they get slow. Maybe that's what I was thinking, that he wasn't young and out here doing it all and he might be old and slow. but he wasn't. He was old and doing it like he was young. And that was even a shock to me when I read the
about the liquid.
When I read the warrants and found out about the other women, I was shocked because in my head I thought he was a faithful husband.
He can't be a faithful husband because he just fucked you.
No, this was after all of that. Like, you know, we agreed just to be cool, you know.
But so what? Y'all agreed to be cool. What does that have to do with you believing that he was being faithful when he had slept with you? If he slept with you, he slept with someone before you. If he slept with you, he slept with people after you. So what are you talking about? Ooh, I'm just annoyed at the fact that you would, I don't know, insult my freaking intelligence with that kind of damn answer. It's weird. And you're 55. You're not talking to a 17-year-old, a 25-year-old. This is ridiculous. Hell, but at 17 and 25, you never would have had to tell me this. Like, let's be real.
But
y'all agreed to be cool though.
But I never asked him like what you are doing. Like, you know, you see like you cheating. I never ever asked him anything about what him and his penis was doing.
Girl, you killing me.
It wasn't my place because, you know, we just friends. So, but I just assumed.
It's your place. If I lay down
just
in bed,
assumed that he was just a married person, you know, being married.
Huh?
I didn't, because I was shocked. I mean, if it's on the phone calls, I was shocked. I was like, boy, I wasn't shocked like mad, but I was just shocked like, oh my, I thought he was a faithful husband. Call me naive, but I was just, I was like, damn, you was busy in 21, 22. And he started laughing. And I was like, boy.
That's only the stuff you know about. Trust me,
it could be something that ain't even documented. Ain't no telling. That's what I'm saying. Ain't no telling.
Exactly.
Yeah, ain't no telling. How? I mean.
So okay, we talking about this encounter.
All right, don't just make that be right. I'm thinking, yeah, maybe. Might be some more.
Okay, but let me say this. I know, and I'm only bringing this up now because we're here talking about this little encounter. And I'm not trying to get in detail of your intimate business, but I would be curious to understand when you heard in the warrants about, was it in the warrants where it talks about toys and liquid Viagra and stuff like that? Did you see any of those things?
It's in the warrant, but it doesn't talk about the use of it. It just said he possessed that at the time of the arrest. It was.
Who said anything about pertaining to his use? Did I say anything about that? I think my question is clear. Did you see any of those items listed in that warrant?
It was in his bag.
To know he uses it, he wouldn't have it if he didn't use it. I mean,
it was right. It was on him when he got arrested. They mentioned it, right? Which he had other things on him that they could have mentioned. I think they were just trying to be messy when they did that because it was no need to mention that because they weren't illegal items to have. And then we was in court and they asked, did you test the items to see if any of the victims' situation was on there? And she was like, no. So what was the whole point in bringing it up? You didn't test it. You didn't try to link it to anything.
Wait, girl, you veering off. Come back. I want to know, did you see any of these things? Or
don't play with me. I asked you a very specific question that you glossed over, tried to switch lanes and go a different direction. Before you get to the signal, I need you to make a fucking U-turn, bitch. We're over here and we are still stuck right here at this question. Did you see it? Ugh.
I never with the Viagra thing. No. Okay. Toys. Yeah, but not the Viagra thing.
Okay,
you said she did say toys though. She said toys, but never the Viagra thing. Do you think he slipped some to her in a drink, some water or whatever? Do you think the liquid Viagra does more than arouse? Maybe it does something else? I'm just asking. What was I gonna say? She talked about how he used them toys on her. In one of the earlier calls, Dirty Bird. Yeah, that's what I heard. I actually want to go back and hear. That's what they're saying. Hold on. I'm getting intel. Okay, hold on 1 minute, y'all. I'm gonna let this play. I'm gonna try and listen to something real quick.
And you know what? I've never dated nobody that old, or dealt with nobody that old. So
Hi, love. Let me say this. Love is saying what I said. Faithful husband messing with you, how? So he can't be faithful and talking to you on the phone.
Listen, me and him was not having a
Thank you, love.
when we decided to be friends, we weren't having messy conversations. And again, that was a one-time thing that I was like, we ain't doing that no more. So I don't know if that was a one-time thing that he just happened to, because some guys cheat one time. It's not, you got people that only cheat one time. I didn't know he was a serial cheater.
Sonia.
He's a serial cheater, but I didn't know at the time. Again, I didn't ask.
Okay, so let's move on now.
Wasn't my business. Once I said we just gonna be cool and friends, wasn't my business. Because my other friends, whatever they out here doing, I don't even ask, because their penises. Once I say we friends, their penises is not my business. But I don't even ask it.
But if I ain't touching it, let me say this: it was your business before all that shit happened. It was your business, and next time, don't let that happen again. You better ask the right questions, okay?
Oh, I do now. I be on it. I be like, "Are you single? Like,
okay, all right."
Because man.
Let me ask you this. Okay, so once he was arrested, you're saying
that was the first time that ever happened to me. Why people keep trying to ask, are people afraid to bring their men around you? I'm like, girl, please. No. That was the first time I ever did anything with somebody that was somebody's situation. Never date people that got girlfriends, fiancés, or wives. That just was a slip up.
That was one of my questions.
That was a slip up.
Okay, that was going to be one of my questions, honestly.
Yeah, no.
Okay. All right. So let's move on. So by the time by the time he is arrested, you've seen him 5 times. Y'all talked or text on the phone pretty regularly, and then he's arrested. So you find out he's arrested because you said you didn't get a call. How did he call you? I'm just curious.
He would call like a breakfast call in the morning, like start your day, like a start your day call.
But I mean, from jail.
When I found out he was in jail, I wrote him because he didn't know my number. It was a month after he was in jail. I was like around August 29th.
Hold on. When that happened, were you back in Florida?
I was in Florida still.
Okay, so you're in Florida at this time and he's in jail here. Got it. Okay, so you wrote him a letter when you found out where he was? Okay. How long does it take the mail to get to him? Like weeks or?
That might have took him like 3 days to call me after I mailed it, maybe 3-4 days.
That's pretty good. Okay.
But it was a paper thing. It wasn't, I didn't know about the digital stuff they got going on.
Okay.
I sent him an old school letter in the mail. And he called me and I was like, why are you still in jail? Because I could see how when he got arrested and everything. I'm like, why are you still in jail? All your stuff is bondable.
Well, wait. At that time when he was arrested, how many charges was he facing at that time? 2? And what were those 2 charges?
When he first got arrested, he had a warrant from Calvin, which was the theft by deception.
Is that the one about the car? Is that dealing with the car?
No.
Okay,
so he had somehow with that car situation, that situation is squashed because that's not even one of his charges. That situation is squashed. He had the one thing with that one thing with Calvin. And then they went and did, and then they went and pulled a search warrant on the 9th. They executed a search warrant, and they ended up arresting the co-defendant because of whatever she had in her house. But he didn't, the house they thought was his,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't turn up anything. It was her house that turned up some stuff that she was doing.
Okay, so wait a second. Let's go back. You said the 2 charges was theft by deception, and that was exactly what again? Explain what that meant.
That was the guy saying that he walked in his business and offered something about homes for vets and credit repair. And which again, that warrant was,
Okay.
it was stating like they were strangers when they knew each other because they used to work together. So
Okay. Okay.
it's very questionable, the warrant. But that was the only one he had at the time. And then when they did the search warrant thing, then they arrested Erica, and that's when they brought up the conspiracy charges with them two together.
Okay, so the 2 charges was the theft by deception and then the conspiracy. Conspiracy of what though?
Conspiracy, all the stuff that she actually did. So
Which
when
was
she
what?
filed documents in the court, they said he conspired with her. When she showed up in court and pretended to be a lawyer, they said he conspired with her.
That's right. So
So
I was
every
watching
time she
something-
went in there and pretended, they said he conspired with her. So that's what the conspiracy charges are.
I was watching something recently that was talking about she.
And let's be clear. Let's be very clear. If she went into a courtroom to represent him and she posed as an attorney and he knows she's not an attorney, he knows what her actual government name is and knows that she's not using that name, and the fact that he's been associated with this woman for 20 years. If she's pretending to be a lawyer for him, he knows it. I mean, I don't understand this. This is crazy. He did in fact conspire. Now here's the other thing. If y'all saying she did the same thing for Shirley as well. Shirley knew who Erica King was too, didn't she? If they lived next door. If she looked on her husband's social media account, if this woman's been around them for around him for 20 years, certainly Shirley has met this woman. Certainly, if the woman used to be married to a DJ in radio, and I'm sure there's several reasons why these folks would have crossed paths. So wouldn't Shirley be a part of the conspiracy too? Now I can see how they might leave her out. I also feel like if she's cooperating, they probably will let that go anyway. I have a feeling Shirley is definitely or has been talking to whoever is investigating him, the FBI or whoever. I believe that wholeheartedly, or the DA's office, or whoever. Shirley has spoken to someone. Shirley, you can best believe that whoever the agency is that's, doing the investigations, you can best believe they have come to her and said, look, we happen to know, if she didn't know this before, she knows by now. It has come to our knowledge that you go as the wife of this gentleman, Ernest Williams, but we're here to tell you that you aren't legally married. Like, if she never knew it, they told her that. So if they come to her and they say, look, your daughter has a complaint about this man, other women are complaining and accusing this man of assault. Now we found this CP stuff on his computer. He has a mistress that he talks to on a regular basis, amongst all of these other female victims that he in some way, shape, or form has touched, literally and figuratively. Okay. He's stolen from these women. He's violated these other women physically. I mean, it's a lot going on here. You best believe Shirley is done. I believe wholeheartedly that Shirley is done with this man. I also believe they came to her and they told her anything that there's no way she couldn't have known. Like Erica King representing her in court. If Nesto conspired, how's it different? That's all I'm saying. No, yeah, Lovejoy, she can't. She can't. From a professional standpoint, she can't do it. Do you think that there's no way? There's no way she could go back and continue her job as not that it couldn't happen, it just wouldn't happen. I'm gonna tell you right now. If she were to get back with that man, they find a way to let her go. They would find a way to end that contract. I just believe that. Would you say Wigs and Wine? Bingo. Shirley's protecting herself from liability by distancing herself from him. Yep. I believe that. Because there are some things she had to know. She definitely benefit from them. But she had to know some things. Especially that Erica King thing. I thought it was weird, though, when I heard her on one of the calls. So this is probably one of the calls I first listened to when I started paying attention to the case. It was later. But one of the calls where she's saying, do you know this woman? And he's like, yeah, I know her. And she's like, oh, okay. I'm like, girl, don't you know her too? Like, I'm confused. Doesn't she know her too? Or maybe she didn't know her from that name, because wasn't it like Rothschild was a name? And I know the Hughley name or Huey. I don't know if he goes by Huey or Hughley. I don't know which name, but anyway, maybe that's why she didn't know on paper. And maybe when she saw the picture, because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to need to see some more Erica King pictures, because it is hard to see the woman I saw in the video and the other pictures I saw of Erica King and the woman that was in that court hearing. That lady, or even the mugshot, that lady looks like a completely different person. Completely different. Like she's probably from steroids or whatever. But she looks different. So I could see how Shirley might be like, who is that? Who is that? But Shirley, come on now. You do know who Erica King is. Now that you do know. And you know that because she's been associated with your husband for 20 years. He calls her his ace. You live next door. Let's stop with the bullshit, okay? And she represented you in court. Make it make sense. She has to know something. But she probably has so little involvement that the authorities could use her. They could use her to say, look, we'll get rid of that. But you got to help us over here. I wouldn't be surprised. Would not be surprised, baby. Okay. So let's go back and listen a little more.
He was posing as his lawyer, correct? Now, they knew each other for years, though, right? Like decades, didn't they?
So people always try to say it like they was like this.
Well, they kind of had to be.
Okay, his wife didn't know her.
His wife don't know you either.
Y'all trying to say they've known each other for 10 years. I just met him. And I was out of town the whole time and sick. So no one was going to know me because I was sick the first year and then I was out of town the second year. I never was introduced or met anybody whenever I saw him. It was always just him by himself. So I was never around to meet anybody. She's from here, not from here, but she stayed here. She's been here forever, Erica. And then if they live next door, like people tried to say, And
Yeah,
she's on
that's
his
what I was
page
gonna
3
say.
times. He got her on his page 3 times, his IG page.
Yeah,
But
so that's what I'm saying. But he knew her for 20 years, and they are partnering on some stuff. And he trusts her enough to have her come in there, and she's pretending to be a lawyer. Now you're not gonna tell me he didn't know she wasn't a lawyer,
I can't ask that question to him, and I don't know.
right?
Only thing that I said
You
about
don't
that
have to
with
ask
him,
the
because I don't
question.
know, he's never mentioned anybody to me before he went to jail, so I don't know what their relationship was. I only assume that they weren't
How are you going to
that
assume?
close as people tend to want them to be. I think they were close on some things, but I don't think they were close where so she know the kids, she's coming over here and then da 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 type stuff. I don't think they were up.
It doesn't matter, Sonia. He knows this woman. He knows she wasn't an attorney. He knew she was coming in there to pretend to be an attorney by a very different name. And it is what it is. So he conspired in that moment because he needed an attorney. Obviously, didn't want to spend money on a real one. And she was going to stand up and pretend to be it. Weird.
I don't believe they were personally close.
You don't know this. How can you make this based on what? You said that you can't even ask him that question. So based on what are you coming to this conclusion? Because everything else leads everyone to believe just the opposite. On his social media, he says, "This is my ace." So they weren't close.
Okay, so
Only because, like I said, he called me when he went to court for that charge, and they were reading off the
Hey,
charges,
Dennis.
and they were talking, and they read off her name. He didn't know who it was. He thought they had the wrong person in there with him. So for him to be that close, for them to say, like everybody trying to assume they're that close, he would know her married name. It's her married name, and he didn't know it. She thought
well,
he only had
hold
10.
on. Before we go there, I don't even want to get into what he says he knew or didn't know. Let's just talk about it like, okay, I'm pretending like I'm you in this moment, and I'm learning these things, right? I'm learning about these charges that this man that I don't really know has, right? He's got 2. At this time, he only has these 2. One is the credit repair thing, okay? The other one is, I'm sorry, what was the other one? The second one?
The conspiracy
The
charges.
conspiracy of what she was doing, which was also some sort of like scamming kind of situation, right? Per se, quote unquote.
Well, yeah, this is August, September of 22, right?
Okay. So when you're learning these 2 things, and I guess in your mind you're thinking, well, if he says he's innocent, we'll just see how this plays out. Is that what you were thinking at that time? And you were just going to support him as a friend and believe what he said about it? I'll give you that. Now, when these other charges came down, which are much more serious, right? We've got
in January, the CP charge came.
CP, and yet you guys, as you know, we're talking about child corn, on the cob, and the other one is SA, right?
That didn't come out till July of 23.
Okay. So now let's talk about the fact that now you're learning about these charges that actually sound very heinous to hear about, right? And now here's this man. So he didn't tell you he was married until after you slept with him. So that's deception. He omitted truth there. Because by not telling you, he lying. As far as I'm concerned, when you omit the truth, you lying. And he omitted that on purpose so he could do exactly what he did with you. Okay.
He knew better. He didn't have to go because he knew he was married. Right.
But that's deception. So then you don't know this dude. You really don't
It's
know.
not deception because I didn't ask and get the wrong answer.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter.
So
You
I
don't
don't feel
have to
like
ask me if I'm
like
married.
it was deception. I just feel like he knew better and he shouldn't have on that. I don't
can
feel
that
like it
be
was
deception,
deception. I
Sonya?
just feel like by him being a married person,
That's
he knew
deception.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No better because he was deceiving his wife and you in that moment.
What you mean? I just think as a married person, I thought he knew better. Yeah, yeah, they all know better. That doesn't mean that they're going to do anything different just because they know better. That's not the point. She's over here acting stupid right here. She doesn't think these things, everyone. She does not believe that, oh, if they kiss me, they must be free. If they sleep with me, they can't possibly be with anyone else. She doesn't think that. She doesn't think that. She just is talking shit and trying to pretend like she's so innocent. This is stupid. Like, this is just goofy.
It'd be different if he told you and then you guys agreed to, okay, I don't give a shit, and then you go do what you do. But that's not what he did.
And the worst part is she thinks by playing this dizzy dingy character that somehow we're going to forget or not hold her accountable. Like, why would she think that? And by doing this, why doesn't she understand that this hurts him further? See, that's why people think you the ops, Sonya, because there's nothing about what you are doing that would lead anyone to believe that you are trying to help him, because you do things in a way that almost sabotage the process. So while you're over here saying, well, I just thought he'd know better and this, that, and the other, you're just validating the fact that he is this wannabe Casanova out here. Honestly, just ridiculous. Anyway, okay, let's listen.
Even give you that option.
And that's what I got. That was part of the argument that I gave him.
Exactly.
But my
Let
argument
me
was
say
I
this real
don't do
quick.
that. And you
Let me
messed
say-
my record up because I went my whole life not ever doing that. And that was an issue. That was more of an issue.
Hold on. So she said she went her whole life never having done that. But y'all told me yesterday that old boy, the Detroit pimp, y'all say he a pimp. The guy from the show last night or whatever when we were listening, that guy who called in and was talking to Nesto, that he's married and that she used to date him. Somebody else said that one of her kids' father was married when she was dating him. So she just telling lie after lie after lie after lie.
It would be then, because I was like, I ain't never did that before. And I pride myself on never being that person. And then I get 50, I was like 52.
Yeah.
Screwed my record. So that
Listen,
I had a
let me
problem
say
with
this.
more
Hold
than
on,
anything.
hold on. AFV Media, thank you so much for your super chat. They want me to ask you about
the Hazel and Miss Jones thing. I don't know anything about that. That girl said it was 2016. I didn't meet him till 20.
Okay. And then her daughter, my other moderator said, it's civil. So
see,
What's civil?
When you were talking
They
about
trying to be funny.
You see, her daughter wouldn't stop. She was like, can't stop, won't stop. She was over there acting like she Diddy in the chat, telling Sonya to take that, over and over. She just harassed that woman the whole 2.5 hours. Her daughter said there was no doctor. He was a pharmacist tech. This heifer ain't shit. Okay.
Listen, a couple attorneys agreed with me on that. So, nah. Anyway.
Well, are they his attorneys? The ones that
They
agree.
were speaking. They were speaking to me on behalf of his cases and stuff. Yeah, they was
Oh,
not
but
not
are
the
they
ones he have
representing?
now. This is a couple attorneys that I talked to that I was going to hire for him that do criminal law here. And then I spoke to, like I said, I spoke to a prosecutor and I spoke to couple.
So she spoke to all of these attorneys, those that agreed that what she's saying about Nesto, about him being railroaded, about people you know, charging him inappropriately, how the actual charges really relate more to civil crimes rather than criminal crimes. Yet until she didn't hire any of them. No, no, they hired 3 other attorneys and blew, you know, just you know, as they was I won't say it today, but yeah, I was gonna say effed off. They effed off on that money. Okay, off of 3 attorneys. Yes, it's ridiculous. None of this makes sense. But she talked to other attorneys who actually agreed with her argument, and they didn't take the case though. Makes no sense to me. Oh, and a prosecutor.
Police officers. And like they said, they got to prove that the relationship had criminal intent. And how they try to spin it in court, she was trying to say, oh, he walk up to women and say, my wife is this, in hopes of trying to woo them and con them. And I was like, why would you pick a woman that looks like she's not doing financially well? Because there's a lot of women here that's.
This is when I'm like, girl, you are sound. The longer we talk, the dumber you sound. This is when I knew she's not smart. Listen.
Winning, driving nice cars, carrying the bags, you know, looking like money. So why would he choose somebody that didn't look like that if it was a scam? You're gonna go after the prize if you scamming people. You're not gonna go after somebody that look like they're not doing all that well financially.
So that's how you choose. You think that's how people choose their marks all the time, based upon just their appearance alone?
Common sense would tell a person, this is the thing. If you look at the lifestyle of a person, like when I met him, my bills were like $7,000 a month.
I don't know what relevance her bills have in this storyline or even in this interview. But she brings it up and she wants us to believe that her bills were $7,000 a month. And remember, she did have 2 cars at $1,500 apiece. 2 cars that sat in the garage and that she rarely drove, and she didn't go anywhere. So that's why she has no cars today in a city where you have to have one. Yeah. But with that said, I want you to listen to how she explains that, you know, yeah, that common sense shit. Like, girl, are you serious? Common sense? I know we're not talking about common sense. No, common sense. Did you bring up common sense? Right. When she said that, it's like, girl, bye. But she goes on to tell us about how her bills were $7,000 a month. So I guess she looked a certain way. He didn't try to scam her. Oh, he scammed you. He's scamming you right now. You are leaking. Your pockets are leaking. You are making it rain on this motherfucker every 2 weeks. $250 every 2 weeks. Isn't that what she said? She making it rain on this nigga. So he gets the long con. For her, it's a long con. I think she thought she was doing the long con against him, but he running one on her ass. That's why he will hold on to her. That is why Tupac said he needed somebody to do time with him. Okay, somebody on the outside, someone to look forward to talking to, someone hold on one second, y'all. I'm sorry. My window is open and stuff is blowing. Hold on one second. I'm sorry. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. Actually, let me take this down. I'm over here talking to y'all. Let me just say, child, where did I leave off? Giving her the business. What was I saying? They giving her the business. Child, I forgot what I was saying, y'all. Oh, about the long con. Yes. So I think she thought she was going to con him some kind of way. Excuse me. And maybe it wasn't a con that she was trying to run. Maybe she just thought, oh, I want to be next to him for whatever reason, right? I want to be next to him. I want him to be my man. I'm going to take him from this woman, whatever. Maybe that's all she was looking for in the whole thing. And she thought he was successful. And so she wanted to use that too, right? But she learned quickly I don't know if she's learned this or not, but obviously he wasn't that successful. That's the first thing. But I do think that he is conning her ass. If she's spending $500 a month at a minimum on him now, and he's been in there 2 years, who got conned this time? She's weird. Oh, I was talking about Tupac. Tupac said he needed somebody to do time with him. And I guess that's why men need that too. They need someone to look forward to, someone to cheer them up, someone to talk to, someone to get mail from, someone who's going to put some money on my motherfucking books, okay? And someone who's going to pay for some phone calls, okay? I need that. I need that for the entire time I'm in here. And I think what he did know is if he had fallen out with this girl, he was going to be fucked. Because Sylvia, she can only do so much. Okay. Now, then again, I guess he could have used Sylvia in a way where she's asking her people to donate money, but that seems like a hassle, right? But this one, she was just going to put that money on the books and everything was going to be good.
If you got bills that are $10,000, $15,000 a month, and you trying to scam somebody, you not scamming nobody that's struggling.
That's not true. Now I'm gonna tell you why.
It's a waste of time if your mentality feels you need to scam somebody that's struggling. Let me explain
something to you. Most people who get scammed are not rich people.
Hello?
Rich people are not the folks getting scammed. It's the poor people that get scammed. And if you have a credit, I'm just saying, and you said he didn't have this business, but let's say
if it took him.
Hold on. Let me give you an example. If you've got a credit repair business, that already tells you.
Hold on. Let me make something very clear, Mama. This my platform, and I've been kind, and I let you run off. I let you, go on and on and on with these diatribes and monologues and all of this bullshit. You out here rambling. But you gonna stop, you gonna listen, you gonna hear me because I'm gonna talk on my damn platform. You got that? You understand? Okay.
Somebody's not doing well because they got bad.
Okay, so he said he didn't have one. So they didn't even have an official name. They didn't have it under the thing. He didn't show up with a car. And again, like I said, that whole situation with Calvin didn't even make sense because again, Calvin was a barber that worked in the barbershop with him. So that whole warrant didn't even make sense. He didn't come in and meet him and say, hey, I got a credit report. He knew him as I work in the shop with him. He worked in his shop. So he was an employee. And then they said, oh, he picked him out of a lineup. Like it's worded as if there's two strangers who just met and he sold them this dream and he gave him some money. And I really didn't know him when in fact he did know him very well. So
let's say he knew him for 20 years. If what he says is true, that he gave this person, he was sold a dream and he bought it, hook, line, and sinker. Does that make a difference?
Well, the thing of it is because of the facts of certain things, the big facts of that piece of paper, I doubt everything on it.
Oh, girl.
Because they could have just told the truth. If it was an honest, if this is what happened and it's a flat out crime, then why didn't you word it truth? Why did you word it like this and try to make it seem like he just walked in and introduced to
that's
be
what they were
this.
under the impression of at the time. Maybe
Hmm?
that hasn't been disclosed to them yet. Maybe whoever wrote the warrant, it hadn't been disclosed to them the truth
He had
behind
to
that
write the
mission.
warrant the way the guy told him because
That's what I'm
he's
saying.
talking to a stranger. So why would the police could have only gotten what's on a warrant from the person who gave
That's
them the
my point.
information,
That's my point.
which
So
would be the victim. So if the
that's my
victim said
point.
this, right? So if the victim said this, that, and the other,
Mhm.
it just doesn't make sense.
Okay.
So
Well,
I throw it out whenever the paper don't make sense. I just throw it out. Like I can't believe anything on it because he introduced
wait a
himself
minute.
as
Hold on now,
Ernest.
Sonia. Now that's very, very contradictory.
Well, let me just say this. If the idea is, because in the court of law, it does kind of work like this. Typically, if somebody is lying as a part of their testimony, you can't really put a lot of stock in the testimony. You should throw the shit out. If that's how you feel about that warrant, Sonya, what do you think you represent? Because you lie often, but you want us to believe you all the time, but you continue to lie. Nesto lies often, but you want us to believe him and you claim to believe him. That doesn't make any sense. I'm just saying. So, Sonya, you're a liar, so you should probably stop talking because otherwise we'd have to throw you out.
Go ahead.
Because
And
this man deceived you. And this man is cheating on his wife. So if you can't, his wife can't trust him, what makes you think you can trust him? And now he's got these charges.
again, like I said, that's not contradictory because no, I'm not him aside, because he hasn't even said anything past I didn't do it. That's all he said. He didn't say he didn't know these people. He just said I didn't do it. Right? He says he knows the people. He just said the stuff that they're saying he did on the paper, I didn't do it. Nothing past that. I'm innocent. You can't really talk about anything else because he's not allowed to talk about his defense at all.
That's my point. When you asked him this, or when you've had these conversations, he's been locked up. He's been on recorded calls, right?
Right.
So that means he's going to say he didn't do it, even if he did it.
No, he could just say,
No, girl.
I can't talk about my case. He didn't have to say all that. He could have just said, he told me I'm not going to jail for something I didn't do. I didn't do it.
He don't know you, and you don't know him, and he knows he can tell you that, and hoping you'll believe it.
You sound like the rest when they say you don't know him, but they believe the people they don't know. Don't nobody know nobody in this situation. So y'all don't know the people that's making the claim, just like y'all say I don't know the person that's being accused.
But here's
so don't nobody know nobody at this point. But I know him a little bit better than everybody knows anybody.
There's a difference. There's a difference. The difference is he's one person where all of these people are saying all this negative shit about him. All of these people are accusing him of doing something wrong to them. But it's just one of each of these people making these. I mean, they don't really know each other. There's no proof that they know each other.
The detective said in court, 2 ladies know each other.
Okay. And even if they do, it's still multiple people saying something about a dude that you don't know at all, who was not honest with you.
So I'm only, like I said, I'm only going off of what I see and what I hear in court.
No, you're not.
And what I see on the warrants and how the warrants don't make sense. So, again,
hold on. So the membership is not Sonia's. Okay, it's Sylvia's. Sylvia has a membership that's $4.99.
I always tell people, let the evidence show what it is. If the evidence show he wrong and they right, then that's what it is. That's the only thing we can wait for is the evidence, because y'all can harp and say, you don't know him. Y'all don't know none of these people. None of these people. And like I said, the source of where everything is coming from is the biggest question of all. I can tell a story to somebody and leave out something and it can be a crime. But if I told you the whole story, it can't be a crime. So we don't
And
know the whole
we don't know
story.
the whole story either.
We
That's
don't know the
so-
whole story. We only know what the one girl said, or the other girl said, or the other girl said. So we don't know the whole story. We don't know,
But
like
we
I
do
said, they
know
didn't
that
bring.
all of these women are saying it about this one man. And and here's the other thing, Sonya, that I'm gonna get an understanding for. You and I talked a little bit yesterday, right?
2
And
hours.
Yeah,
we
that's her.
talked for a long time.
That's her
And
fucking magic
While we were
number.
talking,
That's her magic number, honey. She is not gonna talk to you less than 2 hours. Let me tell you that right now. She ain't gonna be live for less than 2 hours. She ain't gonna be on Sylvia's chat for less than 2 hours, or on her panel, I should say, for less than 2 hours. She ain't gonna talk to you on the phone for less than 2 hours, and she ain't gonna be on your panel interviewing for less than 2 hours. 2 hours is her thing, okay?
um, you mentioned that you're his only boots on the ground for the most part. You're the only person kind of here fighting for him. But Nesto has a wife. Nesto has. Does he have siblings?
6 kids, 2 sisters.
He's got, so there's 8. So he has 7 siblings. Is that what you're saying?
I just wasn't paying attention.
6 kids, 2 sisters.
Oh, 2 sisters and 6 kids. Oh, his 6 kids. Okay. So he's got 2 sisters. He's got 6 children. And you're the person that's the boots on the ground. And you just met him.
Make it make sense.
They know this nigga. They ain't here for him.
Again,
But you're here
everybody.
for him.
Again,
And let's be clear. He got a wife, like I said. He got friends. He got 6 kids and 2 siblings. They supposedly love him. They know him better than anybody, definitely better than you, Sonya. But you are the one who's standing for this Negro.
So again, so my thing with that was in the beginning when
yeah, Lamont is not his brother. She told me that during that conversation, that Lamont is not his brother, and he had just found that out. They're not related at all.
everybody was talking before everything got on YouTube.
Thank you, a snack in the meal.
They said he didn't do it. So this is the family saying it. I know he didn't do that. I know he didn't do that. That's not him. My father would never do that. And this is more on the serious charges. The stuff with the girls, again, like I said, I feel like it's civil because it was a dating situation. I don't know what he gave them. They could say, because I know females, when they involve with somebody and it don't go the way they want it to go, they get to turning and saying only things that make them look good and the other person look bad, and they omit certain things. That's a pattern with females. They love to say, well, you and
that's a pattern with females. This is something females do on a regular basis in general. Do you hear this? And this is why people don't believe that she likes women. It's hard to believe that she could like women. Because she doesn't like herself, which is it. I can't.
What did you do? Nothing. They omit certain things. So again, you're talking about women who are feeling some type of way. And again, all these things happen in 21. And then the other stuff at the other girl happened in 22. So if the girl felt in 21, the stuff that transpired between him and her, she didn't go to the police. The police went to her in 22. So apparently she didn't feel like it was a crime, whatever that transpired between them, because she didn't go to the police. She didn't call the police and say, this dude just ran off with this, that, and the other, and he said this, and this is what happened. The police, when after they got and did everything that they did, they went snooping and on through his phone, reading stuff. Let me call this girl and see how that's going.
That's what an investigator is supposed to do. And just because someone didn't report a crime doesn't mean the crime did not happen. The crime is still the crime. Whether you encourage me to press charges or I walk in there doing that shit right away, it doesn't matter. If it happened, it happened.
What's going on with that? And then a charge comes up. The thing with the other girl, she reported her car, but she didn't report anything else. Because all that stuff with the Zelles and the credit cards happened before the car. She didn't report anything to South Fulton but the car.
Okay.
So like I
But
said,
think about it this way. If I gave you cash for different things, that's one thing. But now you got my freaking vehicle and I got to get around.
not saying that's wrong. I'm just saying, if you felt that everything that you did was an issue, when you went to report the car, how come you didn't report all those other things?
Okay. I'll give
That's
you that.
what I'm saying.
But
That's what I'm saying. So it's just a lot of questioning.
Sonia, I know you can't explain what his side is because you haven't really heard it.
I can't. All right. I don't know it. I don't know.
What I hear you doing is dismantling anything that the victims are saying.
I'm just putting real life and common sense.
You see how she will talk? She will literally try to stop you from saying anything to contradict what she has said in the past, or which, or just to oppose her view. She does not want to hear it. And I think that's mainly because she knows that what you're saying is the truth.
With it. And the thing of it is, when we went to court,
my statement out. Hold on. You are dismantling everything these victims have said, but you're not dismantling the fact that he said, I ain't do it. Yeah, I've been to prison. Yeah, and look, I don't judge people who have something in their background. You and I talked about it. I have something in my background. I got a lot of stuff in my background. I work with people all the time that has something in the background. I believe in second chances, but that past still lived there. And if he didn't have anything else in between, that's great. He doesn't have
any convictions in between.
Doesn't have any convictions, but doesn't mean he wasn't committing crimes.
Hello?
But nevertheless, I don't have to assume. We do know that the crimes that he is being accused of right now, they're pretty heinous, a couple of them. And so
that's all right. And those are the ones I focus on. And just like I said with the R charge.
Well, wait a minute. And look, some of these crimes are worse than others. God may not see it like that, but we are human. I think most of us, man's law has proven that we have a hierarchy of crimes. Okay. But at the end of the day, he's committing crimes. So now you're wanting to focus on the big ones as opposed to the little ones, to suggest that the little crimes either A, don't matter, or you are acknowledging that he was literally committing some crimes, just not all of the ones that have been listed here. I think that she knows this man ain't shit. She knows he's been doing shit he had no business doing. Maybe she doesn't want to believe that he would grape a person. Maybe she doesn't want to believe that he would purposefully view and store CP. So because of that, maybe that's why she's out here swinging so hard. But I don't know.
He didn't even know her at the time. So that dismantles that warrant.
Wait, again, you are taking his word for that.
Right. Not his word. I actually got it from a family member first. He didn't say anything because he really wasn't thinking.
Nobody can tell you when I met somebody unless they introduced me to them. Okay? And even then, you got to question. Sometimes, have you ever heard of people pretending like they didn't know each other? That's one thing. But I'm not even going to say anything about that. At the end of the day, nobody else can say for sure when two other people met. All you know is what they told you unless you were present. It's weird.
And then I brought it to him and he was like, huh? I said, when did you meet her? Did you meet her before or after your son was shot? He said afterwards, because the son was the one who told me. That's who told me when they met. He didn't tell me. But he told me. He said he didn't meet, because I remember when that girl, how he told me how they went and how it went about this, that, and the other. And he was telling him the story. And he said, I knew it happened. It was after I got shot. And I was like, well, when did that happen? He said, July. I said, well, the warrant says January. And then I looked at the lease and everything, and I was like, well, when did they move? Well, they didn't move from California until December 19th, 2019 is the lease. They were still living in California. Now, he was back and forth here and there,
Hello.
but they didn't sign a lease and move back to Atlanta till December 2019.
So people fly in and
So all that
commit
stuff she
crimes
was
all the
saying,
time.
she was acting like his stuff was there. His stuff wasn't back in town yet. His stuff didn't come in town till after that. So they got the dates wrong, really wrong. And the thing about that is, everybody knows COVID, right?
Mhm.
Everybody knows what happened in 2020 because COVID. Oh, I remember that because that happened right there in COVID. So to say, okay, well, maybe it didn't happen in 19, maybe it happened in 20. Everybody knows what happened in COVID, the year of COVID. Everybody knows. So it's just a lot of, if you say
What's
it's
that
the
got to
truth,
do?
then there wouldn't be no issues with what the paperwork is saying.
I'm sorry. What does COVID in 2020 and what does that have to do with anything? I'm confused. Shut up. Black Snake Moan said his son can't stand you, big head hoe.
But other things the
Oh.
same. It would be this, that, it had to be
Oh.
that. So right now they're getting two things, which is, well, me and the investigator are getting two things, which will prove exactly what I'm saying. So,
Okay, love. Thank you again for your super chat. It says,
Sorry, y'all.
poor people needing hope are the easiest targets. Yeah, those are the people that get. Think about in churches. Let's just take some of these churches where the pastors are taking all the money from the parishioners and they're living the life, but the parishioners are struggling. That's typically what happens.
We're talking about 30 people that are, you got two women that are saying something, but the first woman didn't give him anything. It was transferred to a dealership. That's not him. And then the money orders and this is from court, and the money orders was transferred to three people and him not being neither one of them.
Okay.
Only thing that he ever got was the stuff from the girl that he was dating. That's the only person that gave him stuff. Well, Calvin, they got proof that he gave him some stuff too in 2000 and I don't even know what year that was. Might have been 19 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember, but.
Well, let me ask you this. So, and this brings up a good point that I'm looking at this question. It says, ask her how she feel about Dre. So have you talked to Dre on the phone?
I only talked to Dre when he asked me to.
Okay. And you're in contact though, working for Ernesto. You have contact with Dre and with his son.
I only talk to them if he tells me to. Other than that, I do not talk to them.
And then there's
no need for me to talk to them.
Okay. Okay. Well, no, I'm just asking who you have.
Yeah, there's no need for me to talk to them unless he asks me.
Who was the question? Why do you contact him? How often do you contact them? What happens prior to you calling them? That wasn't the question. I think the question was, have you talked to them? And the answer would be yes.
Okay.
Other than that, no.
But my question is, the people that you do have contact with are people like Dre, his son Dion, his brother, who is not really his brother, Lamont, right? His friend. Is there anybody? And you said his daughters. Two of the daughters?
I spoke to two of his daughters.
Two of the daughters. Okay. And
but only one since this happened. One I spoke to before this happened, but one since this happened.
How do they talk to you? Do they ever bring up his wife or anything like that?
We don't talk like that. It's always talking for the father. It's not talking like, hey girl, what you doing? This is Sonya, such and such. That's not the conversation. I'm only talking on behalf to get whatever message he want me to say to his people.
Okay. So
I'm not trying to insert myself in his life like that. You get me?
No, I can't tell.
I'm only dealing with him.
Wait a minute. She said, I'm not trying to insert myself in his life like that. Well, man, what are we doing right now? How much more of an assertion could there be outside of the fact that you are talking to the attorneys and you have made it very clear that the attorneys shouldn't be talking to anybody but you. You're the one contact that can get Dre, Lamont, and Dion all on the phone call at any given moment. Help me to understand. You're the one who needs a power of attorney. You've been to the bank. You've inquired about his financial records. Someone has got to explain to me what you call that, if not inserting themselves in somebody's business. Help me to understand this, because I don't understand it.
In his cases, I'm not trying to insert myself with friends and family and all of that type of stuff. So if he asks me to call somebody, I will. If they call me and ask me how he's doing or tell him to call me, then I do that. Other than that, I'm just the go-between sometimes. Mm-hmm. But other than that, that's it. I'm not trying to like, oh, let's have lunch and let's go here and that. I'm not trying to do all of that.
So, are you on good terms with everybody that we just spoke of? Are you on good terms with Dre?
Me and him have not exchanged bad words or all that type of stuff.
Okay. What about the son?
No, I don't talk to his son.
Okay. I got to ask you, since we're bringing up the son,
can't talk about the kids because he don't want to be spoke on, so we ain't gonna talk about his son because his son don't want to be spoken on. So he can't speak on his son.
But I'm gonna talk about you. You was
about the comment I made on the jail call about the son.
Yeah.
It was nothing compared to what transpired before that on the other end. So let's say that was way lighter than what I got, and that was after what I got. So that's why that happened.
Remember, I said she told me this, but she told me this actually before we had this interview. Ooh, child, y'all. Let me I'm gonna take these contacts out. Ooh, child. Ooh, I told y'all when I was out earlier. I don't know. My girlfriend said she thought it was probably allergies or something. I was like, you think it's allergies? But the wind was in the sunlight. It just kept watering. So hold on one second, you guys. I'll let it play a little bit. But I just think it's interesting because she did tell me about her and Dion's little riff. And remember, I said, even when all that was going on, I said, oh, I'm trying to figure out, well, what was the situation? Now I'm believing that the situation was that message, that voicemail message that she sent out that day I'm not sent out, that he sent to her, that she was talking about that day when he called her a bitch and this, that, and the other. Now that makes sense, But okay, let's listen.
And he knew. He knew what happened. He knew what happened. So yeah, it was some words. So, and I was very polite on my end compared to what I got before that. So we'll just say that. So.
Okay, now this is kind of related to.
Ask her, is she only cordial with male friends? Wife? Would she have went to dinner with Shirley knowing she slept with the husband?
Like if y'all got cool.
So here's this, right? So here's this, because this happened in my family's situation, because my dad was doing some things and he kept bringing this chick around that he was dating around his main, and I was like, and I was like feeling some type of like you're not supposed to bring her around her. That's disrespectful, and she trying to act all buddy, but it was ongoing. It was ongoing, both situations. Now because I was done. And when I sit down, I probably would never go around her, because my friendship with him was at a distance, and it was going to be at a distance where I made sure I really never saw him. So it was no need for me to sit down and, do a dinner with, because I'm not his, in-person friend. I'm not, let's go hang out friend. So because we were just on the phone and I was in one city and he was in a whole nother city. And we basically only talked about RVs, RV parks, remodeling ambulances, buying ambulances. Like those were our conversations. We didn't have, boo conversations.
But Sonya, didn't you uproot your life from Florida to come back to Georgia?
No, I didn't uproot my life. My lease was up and I was going to go somewhere. I had one foot in Vegas and then I had another foot somewhere else because I like to move. But because this situation was going like it was going and he wasn't getting no type of support from his camp, he wanted me to come here just to help out with his cases.
Have you ever asked yourself why he can't get support from his camp?
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people in jail that don't get support.
We ain't ask about anybody else but Nesto. I don't want to hear this shit about a lot of people this. And this happened over here to this person. I saw this news article. We are talking about Nesto. Have you asked yourself, ma'am? Have you asked? Why are you the only person supporting this Negro? Huh? Girl.
Saying they're guilty, they just don't get count.
I ain't talking about the other people, I'm talking about him.
He just said they're not built like that. And it is a lot. He told me they're not built like that. Like I said, they all said that he didn't do it and they felt he was innocent.
So let's be clear about something. Who is not built like that? Even if you say Shirley ain't built like that, is Dre built like that? Didn't Dre do time? Doesn't he know what that's about? Does Lamont ain't built like that? He's in the underworld too, allegedly. I'm sure he's built like that, right? Is Dion built like that? Dion has had his little brush with the law, right? So who exactly isn't built like that?
Innocent. They didn't say he was guilty and F him, and I ain't got time for that.
Sonya,
they just
I ain't talking about what he told you. I'm asking.
No, I'm talking about what I heard from them. I'm not talking about what he said.
No, don't worry about what you heard. Just think of it from this standpoint. You don't know him.
Yeah, I didn't ask you what you heard. My question was, have you not thought about why it is that none of these people are supporting him at the same level that you have decided to step up and support someone you'd only seen 5 times in your life? Let you tell it. Make that make sense. Over a 3-year period of time, you didn't even see him 5 times this year. You saw him 5 times over the course of 3. Now make that make sense.
That well, y'all supposed to be just friends at a distance. He's not your you just said out your own mouth. He's not your hangout buddy. He's not your in-person friend, but he's in jail. And you moved to Atlanta. Whether you were going to go somewhere else, this was a large reason why you came to Atlanta.
This was a large reason. Right.
Did you ever think to yourself, this dude who seems to be business minded, because he had he had the keys to the place you wanted to lease or buy. He's talked about his businesses. I'm sure he showed off some of his stuff. And you knew he was married. He's got kids and he's got friends and family. Why would it be your obligation to move to this city, to be his advocate, when all these other people who know him better, known him longer, they don't?
Again, I know how this works because I worked in criminal law, and we have plenty of people that didn't do it. They had no family support, but had family.
We wasn't talking about nobody. We were talking about Nesto. I'm still sticking with that. Okay. And I want you to stop with I worked in criminal law. Okay. How long did you work in that lawyer's office? I just want to know. And what were your duties exactly? What were those duties? I need you to explain that to me too, Sonya, because you're full of shit, mama. You're full of shit. And you're full of shit. Please hit that like button, y'all.
It's a lot of people that be in your face, and when you need them for like, oh, I need a ride. Can you bring me here? Or I need a place to stay for a month. They be like, I can't do it. you know, but they're your friend, but they're your sister, but they're your brother. And it's something they could do, you know, and it's no fault of yours. You're in that situation and they still don't look out. So it's sometimes it's not always about the fact that, you know, oh, it seems like he could have did it because nobody in his family want to help. No, it's just some people. I think the biggest issue, and I told him this, the biggest issue I feel is when they talk to him on the phone and they heard all the phone conversations. He doesn't come off distraught, you know, sad, you know, in need and all that other stuff. So in their mind, he good, you know what I'm saying? He got this, that, and the other. When in actuality, he's not. He's not good. He's, you know, he's very deeply depressed, terrified, and all of that. But a lot of the times, most of the times, he don't display that to them. He don't show weakness because he was always to strengthen the family. So in his mind, he don't want to get on the phone and show weakness to them. And so in their mind, they thinking he good. He don't, you know, he all right for whatever I've been doing or not doing. He good because he's not sounding any type of way on the phone. They're not thinking this
He's
is
in
hard.
jail. They know what they gotta know jail ain't easy.
No, trust
let's
me.
be clear about
If
this.
y'all pay attention to the phone calls that him, Lamont, and all of them had, and how like they be talking to him. Oh man, you good? Ain't nothing going on out here. Like what? Okay, so I'm good in jail because ain't nothing going on out there. Like that doesn't even make sense to say that. Who wants to be in jail?
Sonia, think about what you're saying right now.
I'm thinking. I know what I'm saying.
Now she's saying that's insensitive. When, let's be honest, their intention in saying that is saying, look, sir, don't worry about nothing that's going on here. You ain't missing nothing. You gonna be out. When you get out, it'll still be popping or whatever. That's all that is. That's it. No one's saying, oh, jail is the place to be because ain't shit out here going on. No, that's not how this works. Stop it.
Because I've been there, done that.
Listen to me. Here's the thing. You've got all of these excuses as to why he is probably not guilty, why nobody wants to support him, why he didn't tell you he was married, why you thought he was faithful, all of these things. And then he's got all of these charges now on top of it. And you're going based upon what you want to believe about this man, but not really what you know because you don't know him. And he's not going to tell you anything different than what you're saying. He's not going to say it. If let's say, for instance, let's say he is, for just argument's sake, let's say he's, I'm be honest, I think he is a career criminal. That's my thought of it. Now, if he is a career criminal,
and let's be clear. How much more transparent could I be? This idea that I'm not saying that anyone else has said this, but I think she wants to paint it like, oh, after the interview, maybe she didn't say after the interview, but that I'm in bed with the other bloggers. I didn't really know the other bloggers, really. Not at that time. I had been going over to Grown Woman Vibes, but I wasn't familiar with anybody else directly at that point. So, I think I need her to understand. I was always honest. I don't believe this dude. There's just too many reasons not to believe him. And more reasons every time I hear this as to why we should be believing the victims. But she just couldn't wrap her mind around that. Or she's just out here just really doing her best to try to spin things, which, that is her thing. She says that she came here, she got involved to change the narrative. The reason why she got a channel was so that she'd have a platform where she could help change the narrative. So I guess she thinks she is truly the Olivia Pope of the Ernesto saga, I guess. But she's not doing a great job of it because all she's doing is exposing herself and more of his lies in the process.
Don't you think part of that comes with lying and being a charmer and being slick?
Of course.
He slid your panties off the next day he saw you. And before you even got to ask him if he was married.
So, yeah. So I mean, anything's possible, and like I said,
Yeah,
I feel like if he's lying, it's a waste of my time.
yeah.
You know, if he's lying about anything or if he actually did it.
Mhm.
But right now, looking at everything, it just doesn't look like what they're saying is true. That's all.
Now let
Girl.
me ask
And
you
it's
this.
not, and again, it's not just me because I don't, when you're emotionally involved with people, you tend to be naive or one side or want to believe the person and all that type of stuff.
Exactly.
So I have, like I said, spoke to other people in law enforcement and in, you know, the legal side of this. And just to say, okay, am I just dreaming? Am I just believing what he want me to believe because he's, you know, da 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 da. And I know, you know, people say things to keep people around.
You
And
think?
like I said, they said, no, there's something with this. And that's not right. My attorney even said it like, what the fuck is he in jail for? What? And I was like, man, like this is crazy. Like, and I don't even understand. He was like, that's not probable cause. That's not a reason to search. And this done it. Like it was just so much stuff with the case that I was talking to other people who would know, who do criminal law. Like I said, I talked to prosecutors, police, lawyers, you know. Tell
Y'all,
me if I'm crazy. Tell me if, you
first
know,
of all, I'm mad at this whole chat now. Now this chat is turning turning up. What'd you say? Y'all saying damn Val. Look. I I'm asking the questions that y'all want to know. And y'all was thinking it. He's so damn charming, right? He can lie, he can connive, he's deceitful. Shit, why wouldn't we think that he would deceive these women to steal their shit? Just like he stole that cooch. Let you tell it.
if I'm just thinking that's because, you know, I'm just cool. You always want to think the best or believe people. And they all said the same thing. So no one told me anything different or try to say, oh, no, no, this, that. No.
Mm-mm.
The only thing that one person said was they just got to prove criminal intent. He said, no, it don't sound, that don't even sound like a crime. But then again, he said, that's just half the story. Even if you said that was true and that's how that transpired, he was like,
Let's be clear about something too, Sonia. First of all, I think you're lying. I don't think she talked to the people she claims she talked to, right? But let's say she did. Could you trust Sonia to tell the story the way it needs to be told? Would you trust Sonia to tell the facts and nothing but the facts about his involvement, who this man is, who his past is, how she met the man, what her involvement with the man is? Honestly, I heard was that yesterday? It was either I want to say it was probably Friday. I was listening to Bougie's show. She had an attorney on, Janetta, I think her name was. And I listened to that time that she was on the panel and she answered a lot of questions. Um Janetta was saying um well, they were asking Janetta questions like, well, how would this work, if you know how do bonds work? Do they I think they asked questions about oh, what is it? There was a reason in particular why I brought this up, because I thought it was really enlightening to hear an attorney, even though the attorney, I think Janetta says she does bankruptcy and she does some criminal, but I don't think that that's something she does on a consistent basis. But there was a reason in particular why I just brought her up. Who was that last night that said Sonya, for somebody, Ernesto forgets his own thoughts? I'm like, shit, I forget my thoughts too. And I just forgot one. But wait, there was a reason why I brought that up about the attorney. Well, what I was saying here was we can't trust Sonya to tell these attorneys the details of everything that's transpired, because she's going to leave something out to benefit. I know why it was. What I was going to say was, when Janetta was talking, someone asked about Crail Lewis and asked, because in one of the recent calls, what's her name is over here complaining that Crail Lewis, and I mean Sonya is over here complaining that Creel Lewis was questioning her relationship to Nesto. Junetta said on Bushi's panel that, well, it's not really his business to ask those questions. But see, I would beg to differ. First and foremost, if I'm talking to the wife and I know that the wife is the one that's paying me, but now I'm being given directives to deal with this woman who obviously doesn't work for Nesto. I want to understand what your involvement is in the situation. And somebody should be letting him know, because when it comes time for, if more charges were to show up for any reason, you're going to want to understand, does Sonya play a part in anything that's going on with this man in his case? Is Sonya someone who could be trusted as a true character witness? Is she an old friend that Shirley's aware of too, that grew up with Nesto, or are you a lover? Are you someone he's having an affair with now? Because if it's attorney-client privilege, actually Nesto could have answered that. That's my girlfriend, that's my wife. Keep that shit between us. That's his attorney. He has to keep that between them. But I can understand why he would want to know, because these other women are saying that he was having affairs with them and he stole from them. And these other women that he worked with, or he was hired to work with him, some are saying that he touched them. Now we hear about kids who are saying things about him. So I think it's a fair question, because it gives me a better understanding of who I'm really dealing with, not just from a Nesto standpoint, but from this heifer. Who am I talking to? Why would I talk to you about my client's case? And who are you to tell me not to talk to his wife? Now I'm supposed to take her money but talk to you. This is some bullshit. And I just think that it's a fair thing for him to want to know what is going on with y'all. Because whatever's going on, let me tell you this too. I feel like it's his business to understand what's going on, so he can advise them. Y'all need to lay low. Y'all need to cut this shit out. They're going to do what they want to do. They're adults. But he can't advise them if they are lying to him. Just like he can't really defend somebody if the person he's defending is constantly lying to him. That's weird.
Doesn't mean it's criminal. They got to prove the criminal intent situation.
Here we go.
Okay.
I don't think a person's going to waste 10 months of their time talking to one person if it was all about a money grab. Because the money that he made, he could have got a regular job working at McDonald's and made the same money. That's how much money he got in 10 months. He could have had a regular job and made that same money. So I don't see how that would make sense. If I know I'm scamming to risk my freedom for money, I could have went and got a job and did it.
You're saying Nesto only made the amount that this is somebody else.
I'm saying the money that they're saying that they were trying to say, oh, it was a scam. I'm like, man, if it took me 10 months to get $8,000 or $6,000, I could have went and worked a job. Why would I just be around somebody, fake like I like them, sleep with them, get them a car, take their son places, do all of this stuff when I could have just had a regular job if this was a scam?
Because
why would I do all that?
He doesn't want a regular job. He doesn't. He probably ain't had.
I'm just saying. He could have did anything to make that money, then have to do all of that if it was a scam. That's what I'm saying. I don't.
It's women. Let's say what you just described, just the minimum that you just described. If he's doing that with multiple women, he gets a larger return, right? If he's doing it to one woman, he gets something. If he does it the same thing for multiple, he gets more. Nesto thinks he's some kind of freaking playboy. And that's how he brings in the money, by scamming women. Just like your goofy ass has been scammed for the last year and a half. because you keep running up there, running your gas up, or somebody's gas, running somebody's gas up to go see him at the jail, putting money on his books, putting money on his phones. You're doing too much, sis. And he's done nothing for you. Nothing. Not a damn thing. I haven't even heard you say he's taken you to dinner ever in life. Out of those 5 times that y'all got together, you said the first day in particular, there was no food or drink involved. So he's never done shit for you. Except for send you some text messages 30 days straight while you were in the hospital, and came over to your house and watched a movie for 4 hours. So you said, girl, bye. We're going to listen to about 5 more minutes of this, and then we'll save the rest for tomorrow. Okay?
I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Everybody want me to be wrong, and that's fine. Everybody got an
opinion. See how she want to talk over me? Because she don't want to hear the truth, child. She don't want to hear it.
And they don't know any of the players, but what they're saying is true.
But
and
you
it's
don't
weird.
even know the main player.
I know the main player more than y'all know all the players.
No, I don't know, girl.
Because y'all don't know him and y'all don't know them. So,
but
and like I said,
and his kids and his friends, they all know.
Right.
And they ain't there. You are.
Well, if you listen to the reasoning on why, I ain't gonna say because I don't want to talk about them. But anyway, it's whatever. I mean,
I was about to say something about Shirley. She was about to say something about Shirley, and she caught herself.
I say when we go to court, it'll show in court, and that's what I say. If it shows that he did that stuff, and you know they got.
That's one of my questions coming up. How are you going to feel?
And I'm like, then he's going to deserve to go to jail. And that's just what it is. He got to suck it up and go, man up and take it. And you wasting my time with the lies, but I get it because you don't even want to go through the crap alone.
What will be your lesson in it? Like how would
I feel about the visual calls? They cool.
What'd you say? No,
that girl asked, how do I feel about the visual calls? I'm like, they cool.
That's the question I'm about to get to in a second. But let me ask you this. Hell, you done made me lose my train of thought.
That's what she wanted. But I got it.
Because y'all don't know him and y'all don't know them.
Hold on. Someone asked
me. I think the best or believe people. And they all said the same thing. So no one told me anything different or try to say, oh, no. The only thing that one person said was they just got to prove criminal intent. He said, no, it don't sound bad. Don't even sound like a crime. But then again, he said, that's just half the story. Even if you said that was true and that's how that transpired, he was like, it doesn't mean it's criminal. They got to prove the criminal intent the situation.
Okay.
I don't think a person's going to waste 10 months of their time talking to one person if it was all about a money grab. Because the money that he made, he could have got a regular job working at McDonald's and made the same money. That's how much money he got in 10 months. He could have had a regular job and made that same money. So I don't see how that would make sense. If I know I'm scamming to risk my freedom for money, I could have went and got a job and did it.
You're saying Nesto only made the amount that this is somebody else.
I'm saying the money that they're saying that they was trying to say, oh, it was a scam. I'm like, man, if it took me 10 months to get $8,000 or $6,000, I could have went and worked a job. Why would I just be around somebody, fake like I like them, sleep with them, get them a car, take their son places, do all of this stuff when I could have just had a regular job if this was a scam?
Because
why would I do all that?
He want a regular job. He doesn't. He probably ain't.
I'm just saying. He could have did anything to make that money, then have to do all of that if it was a scam. That's all I'm saying. Again, that's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Everybody want me to be wrong, and that's fine. Everybody got an opinion. They don't know any of the players, but what they're saying is true.
But you don't even know the main player.
I know the main player more than y'all know all the players.
No, I don't know, girl.
Because y'all don't know him and y'all don't know them. So, and like I said,
and his kids and his friends, they all know him.
Right.
And they ain't there. You are.
Well, if you listen to the reasoning on why I ain't gonna say because I don't want to talk about them. But anyway, it's whatever. I
About to
mean,
say something
I
about
say
Shirley.
when we go to court, it'll show in court, and that's what I say. If it
Exactly.
shows he did that stuff, and
Then how
you
are
know
you
they
gonna
got,
feel? That's one of my questions coming up. How are you gonna feel if
and
you
I'm like, then
find
he's
out?
gonna deserve to go to jail. And that's just what it is. He got to suck it up and go, man up and take it. And you wasting my time with the lies, but I get it because you don't even
What
want to
would
go
be
through
your
the crap
lesson in
alone.
it?
Huh?
What will be your lesson in it?
Mm.
Like how would
How do
you
I feel
be
about the
if you
visual cause? They cool.
what'd you
Huh?
say? No, I'm
That girl
asking.
asked, how do I feel about the visual cause? I'm like, they
Yeah,
cool.
that's the question I'm about to get to in a second.
Yeah,
But
they cool.
let me ask you this. Hell, you done made me lose my train of thought. That's
Uh-huh. You know, we owe. No,
I know you get me messing me up.
supposed to have your notes.
No,
Now,
I was
listen,
saying it. I didn't even know.
this is the thing with people. A lot of people, when they see somebody get accused, they automatically say, oh, they did it. And then their mind just sticks to that. And then when they throw out a pass, oh, he really did it because he got a pass. I got a pass. And I've been accused and took a plea on some shit that I didn't even do. But they, you know, this, that, and the other, and all this other stuff. So I know a lot of things from going through a lot of things. And I know that as bad as I was in my 20s, I would never do those things again. You know,
But
period.
my question for you right now is, and I just remembered, if you are to find out that he's guilty, or you see the evidence in your face, what will be the lesson for you?
What will be the lesson?
Yeah.
I mean,
Hmm.
one thing I feel like right now, because I'm not doing anything, and I'm not really consumed with this as people are. I think people are way more consumed than I am, because again, I don't think about this situation unless I have to talk about it, which isn't even every day. Ooh, crap. That's stuff. Is it 10 o'clock? Crap.
Almost, yeah. I won't keep you much longer. Real quick.
Okay, we're gonna stop right here because this is that call right there is Nesto calling in. That's Nesto calling in for his 10 o'clock call, or right before 10 o'clock call. And she texts him and tells him she's still in the interview or what have you, and to call back in 30 minutes. So we go on for another, I said we go on for another 30 minutes or so. There is 45 minutes left on this video now, and we can finish it tomorrow. But he calls back, and that's what sort of knocks us out of the interview at that point. Yes, she was struggling to answer, Lexi, because her butt knows damn well she ain't even look. I think one of the reasons why she struggles to answer is because she knows the answer what the answer should be. I'll put it that way. She knows that the answer should be all the things that we've been telling her as we've gone. She's not looking at the big picture. She is simply only taking his word for it. She's not even considering the fact that she doesn't know him well, if we are to believe she met him when she says she met him and that they've only seen each other 5 times. If those things are factual, which is hard to even know at this point because this woman lies so much. But if those things are true, then maybe the lesson is get to know people. Do your homework first before you start jumping in the bed with them, bringing them to your home, jumping in their RVs, or whatever the hell it is, or jumping to their rescue when they're in jail. Okay? You don't know anything about this man and what he got going on, and that is obvious. That is so freaking obvious. So anyway, did y'all hit that damn like? That's what I need to know. That's what I really need to know. You heard me. Did you hit the damn like button? Let me check. Let me check. Let me check, damn it. Let me freaking check. Did ya? You better hit that damn like button. Okay? Please hit the like button. If you haven't already, please hit that like button. All right. Hey guys, if you have any show ideas, as I mentioned before, next week is going to be really sporadic. You know, I may try to fit in a live Wednesday or Thursday. But it would more than likely is, well, not even more than likely. If I do one Wednesday and or Thursday, it's going to be in the evening. Because I'll be busy all during the day on those 2 days in particular. And yeah. So with that said, I'm definitely going to go live tomorrow. And yeah, if we do something, it have to be, I definitely won't be going live Tuesday, I don't think. And then Wednesday and Thursday, I probably could squeeze it in. And then the weekend's going to be real sporadic too. So we'll figure it out. But in the meantime, if you guys have show ideas, you know what you can do. You know that you can email them to me or you can hit me up on IG. And here's all of my information right here. Let me tell you, there is a story that, I mean, it's old, but I don't know why, but I feel the last few days I've been thinking a lot about him, and I kind of want to sort of do some digging and kind of walk through the story regarding Twitch, DJ Twitch, who passed away a couple years ago. You know, that whole story just still is weird to me. What'd you say? V, what'd you say, Petty Patty? Don't let us catch you on a PCFP visit with shit. Nigga. Shit. No worries. You won't have to, no worries there, babe. But anyway, I kind of want to, kind of talk through that whole situation regarding Twitch, because I have never felt comfortable with this idea that this man who we saw the day before he passes away, or I'm sorry, not the day before he passes away, the day before he leaves his house, potentially, that he's doing videos with his wife and stuff like normal. The week prior was their anniversary, and even maybe a week or two before that, they had just done an interview on, who's at the Jennifer Hudson show, where they were discussing the possibility of wanting more children in the future. So I mention that because I feel uncomfortable with that. And then every time I see his wife, I'm not trying to be funny, but every time I see his wife dancing online, it probably wouldn't bother me now to see her dancing and stuff online had I not seen her dancing so quickly after he passed. Now, again, grief hits people differently, but there's just some odd things about her behavior, if you ask me, around when it comes to his passing. And we can get into it, but I really kind of want to talk about it and kind of hear your thoughts on it. The wife is suspect, but they didn't treat her like a suspect, which I feel like is odd, because I had just learned recently that he had been gone a full day before she even called, or not called. She didn't call the police. She went to the police station, which I think is odd too. But it was a day later before she even went to the police about the whole matter. So he leaves his house with a bag and no car. and he checks into a seedy motel, and he's gone all day and night. You don't think anything of it, and then the next day is when you run to the police station. Why don't you call him even? You got 3 kids at home. I mean, I don't know. It just didn't make sense. So I just kind of want to talk through that. I still want to talk about this Aoki Simmons situation. And not so much just talking about what transpired recently, but looking at the bigger picture. And let's talk about, how does an Aoki even get the idea that it would be okay to date a 65-year-old man? So I kind of want to dig into that. And then, of course, I'm all in to this Diddy shit. I really want to go back through the court cases of both the Cassie court documents. Obviously I have the ones for Rod, but I also want the information on let me see something real quick. See if she's in the chat. I won't say your name, but there was someone that sent me the court papers. I don't want to say who you are if you don't want people to know, but the court records pertaining to Diddy, or to the Little Rod case in particular. But I want the paperwork on the Christian Combs situation and the Justin Combs situation. I don't know if there's any more paperwork outside of what I have pertaining to Justin, but I definitely want to get the information about this whole Christian Combs situation. So I want to talk about all that stuff. Who? Her mama did it. Whose mama did what, child? Black Snake. What Black Snake moan? Whose mama? Twitch's mother-in-law? Is that who you saying? Ernie is bored with Sonya and those stuffed boobs. He ain't bored with her. He ain't got no entertainment. And she the only one that's gonna be running up there like a fool and put $250 down every 2 weeks. So he thought he was bored until it looked like she was mad and was about to pick up her toys and walk away. No pun intended. Okay. Yeah, Russell Simmons' daughter. All right, y'all. Well, that's it. I want to thank everybody who sent me a super chat. Lovejoy, Cutie Pie, Shell Loves, and thank you to her daughter for gifting 5 new memberships. Welcome to Club V. We'll have our members Monday, tomorrow night. And like I said, if I can squeeze in another live, I will. All right. Just depends on what kind of time I have. All right, y'all. Until we meet again, be kind to somebody. First of all, enjoy the rest of this beautiful Sunday. At least it's beautiful here. If it's beautiful here, it's beautiful in most places because honey. Okay. So I say all to say, be good to yourself and be good to someone else. And until we see each other again, smooches.